Now, the next one is your reversible reactions. Reversible reaction, that means what I said, reversible reaction. That is A K1 gives B and B K2 gives again back to A. This is said to be as a reversible reactions. We can say that. The reaction in which by reversing the experimental conditions you get back the reactant. We can say that. These are called opposing reactions or counter reactions or reversible reactions. It is being also said to be as. Now here what you find is that is A and B. A is a reactant, B is a product. Now when you start the reaction, initially when time is equal to 0, alright, time is 0, let me write also, t is equal to 0. So this is A and this will be 0, definitely, B is not there. Achha. Now let us say after time t, concentration, after time t, we can say that. So what it will be? It will be nothing but here x is being formed, it is A minus x, you have done it earlier. Now next is concentration when it reaches equilibrium. When it reaches equilibrium concentration or equilibrium concentration, I should say that. So what it will be here, let us say it is Xe, so it will be what? A minus Xe. Alright, so if it is Xe, equilibrium concentration Xe, it will be A minus Xe. Now K1 plus K2, what it will be? It is 2.303, same thing, first order reaction, 2.303 by T log, what is that? Xe, that is nothing but Xe by Xe minus X. That is Xe by Xe minus X. K1 plus K2 is equal to this, you get this particular formula. For which type of reaction it is? For the reversible reaction, so to say, we can say. Reversible reaction, non-reversible reaction, what is that? NH3 plus HCl gives NH4Cl on heating, is right? Ammonia plus HCl combines to form NH4Cl on heating. On cooling, NH4Cl again gives you NH3 and HCl. Calcium carbonate on heating gives you calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Again on cooling, you get it what? Calcium carbonate. So these are all reversible reactions, so to say. Fine. Now after that we will come to the last one, is that is nothing but Van 't Hoff's. Got it? Van 't Hoff differential method, we can say. Van 't Hoff differential method. Van 't Hoff differential method, we can say. Now we know that the rate of a reaction, got it, varies on the power of the, what you can say, the concentration, we can say that, of the reactant. The rate of reaction varies. R is equal to what? R is equal to nothing but minus D, let us say A is the reactant, minus D concentration of A by dt. We can also write R is equal to K concentration of A to the power N or A to the power X, where X is what? The power. That is what I say. The rate of the reaction varies the power of concentration. Got it? So if N is the order of the reaction, got it? If N is the order of the reaction for two initial concentration, got it? For the two different initial concentrations C1 and C2, what it will be? Minus dC1 by dt. Understood what I said? That rate of reaction varies to the power of concentration of the reactant. R is equal to K into concentration A to the power X or A to the power N. Here I have taken the power as the, what you can say, order of the reaction as N. Listen carefully. So here minus dC1 by dt. Here I have taken two different concentrations. I am starting the reaction with two different concentrations. One is C1, another is the C2. So minus dC1 by dt is equal to what it will be? KC1, concentration of N, we can say that. Clear? And for another reaction, minus, for another reaction means another concentration, I mean to say, minus dC2 by dt is equal to what? It will be KC2N. Finished. For two different concentrations, I am starting the reaction in two different concentrations. One is C1, another is C2. For C1 it will be that is rate of reaction will be nothing but R is equal to, what is that? It will be nothing but K1 into C1 into N. Got it? Or Kc1 into N, we can say that. And for the, if the temperature remains constant, then K will rate constant also is constant. If the temperature is changing, then one will be K2, another is will be K1. I have discussed with you earlier. Listen, remember it, this particular one. Here the temperature remains constant. So here the rate constant is also constant, that is K and K. But if the temperature is changing, the rate constant is also going to change. Then one will be K1, another will be K2. Then it will be different. Okay, here I am taking the rate constant as the same. Bantoff differential method, the rate constant as the same because the temperature remains the same. Now if I take that is logarithm, if I take log on both sides, what it will be? It is nothing but log minus dc1 by dt, isn't it? Minus dc1 by dt is equal to, what it will be? Log k, this is log a into b, so log k plus n log c1. Similarly for the other reaction, minus dc2 by dt is equal to log k plus that is nothing but this one, that is log k plus n log c2. This is equation 1, this is equation 2. Now I will subtract it, equation 1 minus equation 2. So log minus dc1 by dt minus log minus dc2 by dt. Is that right? What it will be? I will subtract it. That is 1 minus 2. So this log k will get cancelled. So it will be what? N log c1 minus n log c2. So n taking common. That is log c1. Of course the base is 10. Nothing is written in base is 10. You should understand that. And log c2. Alright, remember it. If the base is not written, the base is 10. It's understood. It's a common log. So n will be what? How much? N will be this divided by log c1 minus c2. I don't have the space. I am telling you, n will be this whole thing divided by log c1 minus log c2. So here minus dc1 and minus dc2 is nothing but, it is nothing but the rate of the reaction for two different concentrations, C1 and C2, we can say that. Clear? Followed? So definitely when you start with different concentration in C1 and C2, so that concentration is going to decrease, you know, because that becomes the reactant. So hence it is minus. For that reason it is minus. Because these two I said you two different concentration. Two different concentration is what? By two different concentration, I start the reaction. So hence the concentration of the reactant is going to decrease. So hence it is negative. We can say that. Clear? So again I repeat, ultimately I have to calculate n. N will be whole thing divided by log C1 minus log C2, we can say that. If nothing is written, the power is considered to be as, the base is considered to be as 10. So by this method, we can calculate the parallel reactions, for the reversible reactions, for the consecutive reactions, for the Van't Hoff differential method. These are the different ways. This is all about. Thank you.